Okay, and then what did you do next? She said, well, I worked in a pub for 2 years. I ran a pub. Okay, and then what did you do? Well, then I was involved in running a garden centre, and so it went on. So, Karen, I can't wait to hear your 10 minutes about the rest of the story. Ladies and gentlemen, Karen Herbert, our serial social entrepreneur.
Thank you all very much, and I hope I'm not going to disappoint too many people. Don't you just hate seeing yourself on film? It's grim. I hadn't seen that before today, and I guess if I had, being that I am quite girly, I'd have chosen a different outfit. But here we are. So I first got a phone call from Karen at First Port sometime back before Christmas, and she said, we're having this celebration event. Would you like to come along and be one of our speakers? Well, you might find it difficult having seen a bit of me already, but, you know, I have this way that I'm kind of a self-promoting individual, so given any opportunity to promote what we're doing and tell people about what we're doing and how we're doing it, I couldn't say no. So straight away I said yes. That's okay, that's in February. Park that idea. Get on with the real life. So I've been busy doing what we do. And actually last Thursday, I have to confess, I was at an extremely boring meeting. You know what I mean, we've all been there. So I've done the shopping list, I've worked out what I'm cooking for dinner, I've given the guy sitting next to me a new trading name for his charity. That wasn't gratuitous, he was actually looking for one. And I've got to the stage where I don't know what else to do. So I thought, oh, I know, I'm doing a presentation next week. And at that point, I sat there and I thought, next Tuesday is the 2nd of February. The 2nd of February 2009, we opened our doors and started trading. Today is our first anniversary. So I would just like to say, thank you First Port, this is the best birthday party I could have had. Karen then told me not to ramble on. And what I like to focus on, the past, how we've got here, the present, where we are, the future, where we're going. Oh, and by the way, it would be kind of helpful if I would mention something nice about First Port. So let's get the first bit out of the way. First Port weren't the first people we applied to for funding, but they were the first people to come back. They came back every bit as fast as they said they would. The process was very straightforward and very simple, and without them we wouldn't have got going nearly so fast. We have waited for other people for lesser amounts for 9 months and still counting. If you've all been looking for funding, you all will relate to that and know exactly what I'm talking about. That's not the issue with First Port. But First Port is not just about giving you money and a set of reporting conditions. They're very much about supporting the entrepreneur, helping you develop your business. If you haven't been on any of their workshops and trainings, I recommend that you do it. I have to say, as an accountant, I was a little bit dubious going on the cash flow forecasting that Bob ran. And in 30 years of being an accountant, I have never seen anybody put it across more succinctly and in a way that anyone could understand than Bob did. It was brilliant, Bob. I think I told you on the day, I am still seriously impressed. So if you haven't been on his cash flow forecasting, and you've got your CD with it as well, I recommend that above all others. If you're not an accountant, it's great. If you are, it's a damn good reminder about getting back to basics. So they do all this training as well, and it's there for anyone to take advantage of. I'm always upset when I go that they have more people registered on the training than turn up, and I think that's bad show. It's not their fault, we should all take advantage of these things. But having signed up for it, we should do it. Because actually, if you've signed up for it, it means you kind of recognise you need it. But the best training we had by far was they organised a day where we went for a consultation with a group of other people, some of whom I've seen here today, with PricewaterhouseCoopers. For 20 years before I started this, I've been working in business, and one of the organisations I used to partner with was PricewaterhouseCoopers. I know how much they charge for a partner to give advice for a day. For me to get a table of a partner and 6 senior consultants free for a day was unbelievable. And they gave us terrific advice. And I haven't got to the future bit yet, but we're doing what they said and spades. So it was a most useful, most profitable day for us. Going back to how we started then. There's three of us, myself, Donna, who's here today, and Lucinda, who isn't. And we all have our own businesses. And we were sat around my table having lunch one day. And you know how you do? You set the world to rights. You tell everybody what's wrong. We're in business. It's all about, the education system. It's about the parents. It's about the kids. It's about the businesses not giving the kids a chance. I'm sure you're quite familiar with the conversation. And I don't know why, but this day we decided not just to talk about it, but to do something about it. And this lunch was led after 4 o'clock when we realised that we were still sitting, and of course we were still eating, and Lucinda was now late to pick her kids up. But we actually started that day and we made a difference. That was November the year before last. And as I say, a year ago today, we opened the doors and we started. It was quite good, really. We mentioned that I'm an image consultant, suited and booted. I wanted to get interview outfits for these kids. I have a lot of contacts with people who I can ask to donate for suits. So I knew I could do this. I knew I could do the makeovers. Donna runs a recruitment agency. My word, does she have the contacts when we want to get employment for these youngsters. And she knows what they need to do to write their CVs to be noticed, how to do the interview techniques and everything else. So that was our two takes on it. Lucinda's not here today. She doesn't do turning up. But Lucinda wanted all the fashion designers to be able to go on internships in New York. So we've got two practical people and an ideas person. And actually the three of us together make one whole person. And the three of us together are actually quite a good business. And Lucinda's not as mad as that sounds, because we have got two youngsters who are going on work experience this summer with different designers, albeit in the UK. There are some out there that want to do it, and we can arrange it. But more importantly, this is about giving youngsters a chance. We are business people, so we set up a business to do this. We set ourselves up as a company limited by guarantee because we wanted all the money we make to go back into providing this service. We make money by selling training to companies. And every last penny of profit goes back into paying for what we do to help the youngsters find and keep jobs, learn the right skills that are going to get them the jobs they want. Not just any old job, but something that they can take a pride in and that can be life-changing for them. And that's what we're actually doing. And that's why we've got this office. We are